Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Target Zone's NuWhoZone, and this is the Noel Zone, and we're here for Doctor Who Wild Blue Yonder. Yes, and we're here to react to the episode now. Just before I start this stream and start the episode, I will be going live for next week's episode, so I'll be doing a live reaction. And you can all join me when the episode actually drops. So yeah, we will be live for next week's, as it is the last episode, and we will be live hopefully for the Christmas Day special as well. So yeah, we're here to obviously watch, because I haven't watched. Last night we had Chris Bolstrek on, who reacted to the episode. From what I gather, it's a mixed bag with everybody. From what I've seen on Twitter or Twitter X, whatever you want to call it. Also, we will be discussing the overnights, another drop in the overnight. So after the episode, I will briefly discuss the overnights myself and give you the opinion on the overnights. But then again, on Wednesday we will have a panel and we will discuss the episode in greater detail, and obviously we will talk, the panelists and myself will talk more on the ratings. But it does seem to be a mixed bag for a lot of people, so you know, we'll see what happens. But I'm going to go in, and hopefully I do enjoy it. You know, as I said, you know, some people will enjoy this, some people won't, and it looks like that is the case. From Chris's reaction last night, it didn't seem like he enjoyed it, but probably wasn't going to be watching it another 2 more times before he throws his own review video out. So if you haven't subscribed to Bolstrek's channel, please do. Because he's doing his reviews of this as well. So let's see who's in the chat before we start. We got 18 people watching at the moment. If you could do us a favor, like, share, subscribe. Good evening. The only polite thing I could say is the episode had a few niggles and flaws, and that's from Robert Payne. And we've also got TARDIS Time says, Ickity Tum. How's everybody doing? I'm doing okay. A bit tired though. I'm contemplating whether I want to do Classic WhoZone tonight or just cancel it until next week, because I've had a rough week this week. As usual, I've to be quite honest, I have to admit I've kind of I've burnt it. I've overdone it, and it's catching up on me now. I didn't get up until, you know, pretty late today, so it's not good, and I don't want to get into that habit again, because I've gotten myself all, as I said, lost loads of weight and all, got myself healthy, so I don't want to get into it. A downward spiral again. And we got Brisk in the chat as well. Welcome, Brisk. I just got one more thing to do before we start this. But as I said, don't forget to hit that like button, folks. Helps with the algorithm. And as I said, uh, I I will go into this hoping. I am hoping that this is good. As I said, it doesn't matter what anybody's opinion is, and Chris is the same with me and everybody else out there. You know me, I'm going to judge this myself, and if I like it, I won't be afraid to say that I like it. If I didn't like it, I'll tell you why I didn't like it. Of course, um, on Wednesday, then we will have obviously a more detailed review for everybody. So we got plenty coming up, and I do have the overnights here as well. Very, very interesting. That people look. I'll get into it in a minute, but I mean, I think the excuses are running out very fast. Um, so it's going to be tough to see where the show goes from here. But you know, David Tennant and David Tennant and Catherine Tate should have definitely brought in more viewers than people are suggesting. But we'll get into that a little bit later. I watched twice and fell asleep, says Philip. Well, I'm about to start. But if anybody is going to brave it a second time, do me a favor in the chat, just so I know I can go. Just press 1 in the chat. And if everybody is ready, I will get this live reaction going. And then we will see what happens. I'm just waiting for you guys to press 1. Right. Well, hardest times put 1 in, so I'm going to do the countdown. If you've got the episode handy and you are going to watch it again, remember the overnights are already in, so don't worry about the consolidated. It's the overnights that matter. No matter how these people spin it, that's what counts. Is the overnights. If Doctor Who keeps bleeding viewers on BBC One, there's no way they're keeping it on a Saturday night prime time when they could put another show in there that would actually, another drama in there that would actually get more viewers, because it's a ratings war, so don't let people fool you about TV habits and all of this other rubbish changing. That's why you've got all the different levels of rate, but the overnights are the ones that are the most telling. But anyway, here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right, BBC logo. There we go. England, 1666, 666. I mean, the Sir Isaac Newton thing, it's the arguments for people defending it, like, bottom line is are wrong, It's a historical figure. You don't change historical figures, right? Oh, here we go. Wow. So the TARDIS is on top of a tree. It's just so dumb. The intro is still the best thing in this. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I fucking love it. It's the only good thing about it so far. Right, here we go. Director Tom Kingsley, wasn't he coming out with some crap on social media saying that the leaks were wrong or something? I mean, the outside of the TARDIS still looks well. Well, that's the point. That's the point that a lot of people have been making. Could you imagine if Rosa Parks, right, was played by a white woman, white actress, or any black historical figure, right, and they race swapped to a white person, or just a non-black person? You know exactly what would happen. Oh, it's racist. So that's them, I suppose. And I can't see it yet, but I'm supposing that's them on the other side of the. I mean, the two of them, the interaction between David Tennant and Catherine Tate is very good. The music is not bad. So Donna's dead. So Isaac Newton was hot, and then the doctor agrees, and then he says, "Is that who I am now?" I mean, why are they forcing the doctor to be something that he's not? See, I'll have this argument with these people that give out to us and say that we're not wanted anymore, and we're not fans of the show. No, you aren't fans of the show because if you were, you wouldn't be trying to change everything about it that makes a Doctor Who. The doctor is not gay. The doctor is not bisexual, right? The doctor is not lesbian. It doesn't matter what you think the doctor is personally, right? It's not. He's not. Canon says otherwise, but you want to change that now, shape Doctor Who the way you want. And you say you are fans and you love the show, but that's the thing. You don't love it. You only love it because RTD is pandering to you all, right? You wouldn't. If this was a properly written sci-fi show, not one of you would be watching Doctor Who. That's the difference. But why is David Tennant's Doctor? Even his hand gestures look kind of off. There's something so bad on this ship that the TARDIS ran away. Well, that's done for you. But we just saw them walk like this before. Right, here we go. Something's happening. Oh, shit, it's changing. Have to say, I'm liking Murray Gold's music here. The robot just moved once and Donna goes, is that it? But it's old. See, even the way he's talking, I feel it in my bones. Like, I mean, what is this? Hang on, no life signs, but they're there. So wouldn't wouldn't it register two life signs rather than no life signs? 14 minutes and 15 seconds in. So the ship fell through a wormhole. So they're at the edge of the universe. I mean, so far, obviously they haven't done the special effects that I've seen, but so far this hasn't been bad special effects wise, and I am loving the music by Murray Gold. The one thing, obviously, the only complaint I have right now is that it is a bit slow, but I'm not hating it so far. I mean, Tennant's performance is so much better though than it was last week. But there's certain mannerisms that he has that are not Tennant. So either this is deliberate or this is just the way he's playing it. This ship as well. There's an airlock. And then the third is just pop. Yeah, maybe there is, and maybe it is deliberate though. What's happening? Oh my god, he's an asshole. Hey, Chris. Hang on, that. I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily agree with them. Actually, I don't. I mean, as I said, it's a bit slow. Of course, I haven't seen any of the dodgy effects yet. So, I mean, my arms are too long. I mean, that just looks stupid. Oh. I mean, I still don't know what's going on. I mean, I'll say that I'm not hating it, but what is going on? Like someone said in the chat, what is the point of this episode? I kind of get, yeah, I'd agree. What I mean, someone else breathing in that corridor. That that's the thing. It doesn't feel like a 60th anniversary. Like it's slow. There's stuff going on now, but there's not much going on. If you know what I mean. Right, they're trying to figure out if they're each other. This is stupid. You don't know where you're from. So there we go. Flux, the timeless child, all confirmed. And that's where Doctor Who dies. There, the flux. So his head is coming out of his ass. You know exactly what he's doing here. But they just confirmed Flux, man. And the timeless child fucking nonsense. He's a prick, he is. He literally is a prick. And like they make a big deal out of this fucking robot, right? The robot's done fuck all. Yeah, because this is not as bad as the Star Beast. It is fucking slow as hell, though. I will say that, and some of the stuff that's happened is a bit fucking ridiculous. But uh, again, I'm not hating it. Go on, a bomb. Oh, Donna fighting herself, and Donna just knocked herself out. Oh, no way. No way. Why didn't he just do that in the first place? Convenient, the TARDIS just convenient. I know they explained it, but it's fixed. He took the wrong Donna, didn't he? He's not gonna kill Donna off now, is he? Yeah, Donna kebab. Yeah, very good one. She's lying. Hang on. Oh, oh man. What the fuck? I knew they'd put in a little thing at the end, so that's why I waited. But got to be honest, I actually enjoyed that. It's a bit slow in places. I don't know what it is, but the effects to me seemed okay. After watching it there, I thought that's just me personally, but yeah, the Isaac Newton thing is fucking stupid. Like, if you're gonna have Isaac Newton in it, then have fucking a person that looks like him play Sir Isaac Newton. Stop with the fucking pandering. Do agree with someone in the chat though. If this had been former companions coming back and haunting the Doctor sort of, it probably would have worked a little bit better. But again, they made a big deal about this robot, and the robot done fuck all. I mean, the marketing is maybe probably bad. You need to watch it without being distracted now. Get the full story. Well, I kind of have. I haven't said much during this stream. I have been watching. I don't think it's as bad as everybody's making it out to be, but that's just a personal thing. But yeah, I found that quite interesting. As I said, it's slow in places, but I'm not. I mean, we've had Doctor Who episodes like that before, but again, my main complaint is this though. It's supposed to be a 60th anniversary, and this is the second episode of the 60th anniversary. And it just feels like the first two episodes are RTD kind of playing it safe, and then the third episode is going to go all out for. That's what it feels like to me. Which is not really. It's a 60th anniversary. I'm still going to go back to that. That's my only gripe with it. It's a 60th anniversary. It's a bit slow in places, but I didn't find the CGI as bad as the photographs and the stuff that I had seen. So watching it there myself within the context of the episode, I didn't think it was really that bad. As I said, it's just slow in places, and I thought Tennant. I think Tennant and Tate really got to show their levels again, which was great. I thought Tennant's performance was better this week than it was last week. It felt like he was phoning it in a bit last week, which I mean is kind of harsh to say, but it just felt like in places he didn't give a shit. Whereas this week it felt different. But look, I'll give a full review on Wednesday, but I didn't hate that. The Isaac Newton stuff is silly. Again, he stops pandering. First episode ruined this. It's as simple as that. I enjoyed it, but for a lot of people, the first episode just killed any chance. And it's reflected again in the ratings because obviously the overnights come in, and well, let's just say that they're down. As we predicted, they would be down. A lot of us said they'll be down, they'll be down, they'll be down. Now, others out there, like Ben Cook, the usual suspects, coming out trying to defend this nonsense. You can't defend it, right? Bottom line is, this is 60th anniversary, and it's sinking like the Whittaker era faster than you could say boo fucking who. And it's RTD's fault, in my opinion. He's really divided the fandom. He's just annoying fans at this stage. And then you got all of these people that claim to be Doctor Who fans. You're no longer welcome in the fandom. It's not your show anymore. Yeah, but it's not your show either, because everything that made Doctor Who, you want to change. So you're targeting fans, and the only reason why you are fans is because RTD is pandering to you, just like Chris Chibnall panders to you. It's the only reason why. If they didn't pander, right, and that this was just a straightforward sci-fi show about a madman in a blue box, right, traveling through time and space, not one of you idiots would watch Doctor Who. So don't be claiming you are fans. You ain't fans, you never will be fans, because you want to change everything that we love and change it into something that it isn't. Alright? The Doctor ain't gay, the Doctor ain't lesbian, the Doctor ain't boy. And you can shove your fucking pronoun rubbish down your fucking throats as far as I'm concerned. Right? He's asexual, end of fucking story. He had a granddaughter, which meant he had a fucking wife. Right? Wife, kids, fucking, and then his fucking granddaughter came along with one of his kids, obviously, had a fucking child. Stop be giving me this bollocks, right? That all of a sudden he's are gonna disrespect his fucking wife and his fucking kids by fucking flipping this on him. And we know it's coming because David Tennant's doctor there, even in this episode, right? It's not the kind of man I am now, referencing it. So we know what's coming with Shooty's doctor. It's just celebrating RTD who, not the 60 years. It's a psychological thriller like Midnight. Midnight was better though. Midnight was better. Midnight was a much better episode. If you were to compare these two, Midnight is much better. The God Complex is much better, I would say. Even the Impossible Planet Satan Pit, much better than this. Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead, better than this. Right? But this wasn't bad. This is, again though, this is an average. Slightly better than, well, it is better than the Star Beast. Star Beast was absolutely awful. Don't care what anybody says. They can praise it to high hill. You know, I've watched it a couple of times since as well. You know, it's look, the way I can describe this 60th anniversary so far is, to me, it's not as bad as everybody's, as most people are making it out to be. But RTD has made it clear that this is not for us. And he's pandering. And it's the pandering that's destroyed it. This episode is better than the Star Beast, but it was rated lower than the Star Beast. Maybe he should have started with this episode first. But it was nice to see Bernard Cribbins, but you could see even in that scene he wasn't well. He wasn't well, but I just it's what I'm watching the 60th for. Right? That's what I was watching him for anyway, for him. And he did say a memory, which was a nice little touch. But again, you have him in the mediocre 60th anniversary. He deserves better than this, but you know, what can you do? This is RTD destroying what he did mention the flux and the timeless children, all of that as being, so I'll get into that on Wednesday. But the ratings were down. So the ratings went from, as you know, 5.08 million. This week's special got 4.83 million in the overnights. So it did drop, but maybe didn't drop as much as many people thought, but it did actually drop. You know, again, the spin from people like Ben Cook and all of these other people is laughable. Listen, your argument is invalid, right? You keep saying it's the biggest launch for a show in 5 years, all of this shit and all this, right? Listen, this doesn't get compared to the Whittaker era either, because the Whittaker era actually, if you could see, the start of the Whittaker era wipes the floor with this, by the way, in the rankings, right? So we don't judge it against Whittaker's era, right? We don't judge it against Peter Capaldi's era either, because that's the we compare this 60th anniversary to 50th. That's where your baseline is, right? Because it's an anniversary special. Now look at what the 50th got. It got double of what the first 60th anniversary special got. I remember the 50th was one long story, obviously short movie, you might as well say, or you could watch it in the cinema, right? So even though people went to watch it in the cinema, which people forget, right? Over 12 million people tuned in on BBC One to watch the 50th. So when news all come out, which is it's the best drama launch in 5 years. TV habits have changed. Blah, 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 blah. This show is 60 years old, right? It has fans for over 60 years. Don't be giving me this bullshit. TV habits have changed and all of this crap, right? This 60th anniversary should be getting absolutely more than what it's getting. And the fact that these are defending pathetic ratings just goes to show how desperate you are. I know we told you this before, because all last week, all of these newer fans, oh, it's not for you anymore, get out of the fandom. Well, we told you about ratings don't matter. You said screw ratings. Well, ratings do matter, and they're gone down again. So how long is it going to take for you to realise that this is a sinking ship? It's a sinking ship already. RTD was supposed to come back and reinvigorate the show. Instead, he's pissed off every single fucking person in the fandom that was a fan. And he's definitely trolling them now. I did like it. I'm not gonna lie. It's slow. Not gonna lie, it is slow. If it was a bit more fast paced and they moved it on a little bit quicker, this episode. Listen, it's 54 minutes long, right? You could have knocked 10 minutes off this episode. You knock 10 minutes off this episode, then it's a better episode. Just knock out some of the shite that you're putting in. But it's still not up to the standard that it should be. It's still an average story, but it was definitely better than the Star Beast. So, I mean, I'm going to have to watch it a couple of more times again, like I did with the Star Beast, but I will watch it a couple of more times. But I'm not as pissed off about this episode as I was with last week's episode. So, it's a step in the right direction, I suppose. But again, if we're basing it off what the 50th did, this is a shambles. So, you know, context is everything here. But you see, this is the context that the other idiots don't use. They just say, oh, it's the best drama launch in 5 years. Oh, look, the Telegraph and the Guardian and all these newspapers are saying it's great, so you must be wrong. No, listen, critics haven't got a clue. People like Ben Cook, Crystal D, Juno Dawson, right? RTD brings them all back because he knows that they will pander hard for him and defend what he does, right? So in all fairness, right, Crystal D, who believes there's 96 different genders or fucking something, you don't take her seriously. Ben Cook is a coward, right? And he's a sly dog, and he actually goes around slanders people. So you don't take him seriously either. And you don't take Juno Dawson serious either. We all know why Juno Dawson was brought in, right? And for one reason only, okay? And you don't listen to Juno Dawson, a person that parents all around the world are pissed off with because of the type of smut books that they write for young adults, right? So we don't listen to Juno Dawson either, right? The people that you listen to are people, look, the fans out there, right? That's who you listen to. They're the best gauge, right? Some will absolutely hate it, some will like it, some will think this was mediocre, some will think that, look, I found this slow, but I'm not going to totally knock this episode. I actually do like weird episodes like this. So I'm gonna have to watch it again. I think this is an episode where you have to watch a couple of times, to be quite honest with you. But I got the gist of what's going on, because the end it kind of did explain it all. Because again, this is the thing, you know, even David Tennant's Doctor is doing Whittaker now, where it explains the whole plot. Yeah, as I said, I didn't hate it, and I have to say I didn't think the CGI. I'm not an expert on CGI anyway, but I have seen pretty bad CGI throughout my time. But I was actually pretty okay with the CGI there. The robot was wasted. I mean, that's the criticism that I do have. I mean, you make a big deal out of this robot, right? Even a poster with this robot, right? And literally just walks slow for the whole fucking episode. Doesn't even talk, nothing, like. And you know why they made that robot? Because Christmas is coming around the corner, like. So there's all this product placement for merchandise for this show. So they're even putting in props that are not even, you know, I mean, it makes sense why the robot was walking slow, why the captain did what the captain did and all that. It does make sense, It's just, I believe you could have got there rather than 54 minutes. You could have basically got there in the first 20 fucking minutes and did something. You know what I mean? It's like it was just dragged out. But it's not better than midnight. And anybody compared this, because I've seen a few people online do that actually, compare this to Midnight and the God Complex and all that. Get out of town. Get out of town. Those two episodes are far superior, right? That's how you do proper horror. This, I wouldn't call a horror. I would call this a psychological thriller. So anybody saying it's a horror, they're wrong. This is a psychological thriller. This is not supposed to be a horror. I know that's how they framed it, but it's a psychological thriller. And he did rip a couple of elements off Midnight, because remember, Sky was watching how the Doctor behaved and then was adapting slowly. It was the same with these double gangers, if that's what you want to fucking call them. Like, so he did rip a few elements of his own era and the Moffat era and just did something different. Look, next week is the one. Next week is the one. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But the leaks about John Sim, by the way, being in this episode, as you see, these half-wits don't have a clue. But yeah, obviously he never showed up. But apparently next week's episode, there's an array of cameos coming, and an array of cameos coming up in the Christmas special as well. So let's see how many of these so-called reliable sources actually get what they get right, because so far they've been absolutely awful. Anyway, that's me done for this watch along. I'm actually going, you know what, we were supposed, as I said, you know, I've overdid it this week. As you know, I had to take a break during the week because I've been pushing it a little bit too much lately with the United channel, this, and then all the stuff that I'm dealing with here. And I'm, you know, I've been, as you can probably tell, I'm actually tired. So I'm going to have to leave the Classic NuWhoZone till next weekend, because I just need a rest. Because again, I'm back on Monday for the NuWhoZone. Then Tuesday, then we've got our stream with Christian, and then Wednesday, then we have our big panel. So I just need I just need a break, and I know there's some people looking forward to it, but it's still the same story. It'll still be the same episode. We just I'll say it. See, I can't even keep it down now, man. Yeah, I just need a break. It's just been a bit of a stressful one. And I did the stream last night as well, which, you know, I don't really take the Saturday off, so I'm you know, yeah, just for this week, I'm just taking tonight off. I just can't. I won't. It'd be unfair to you, because I'll be sitting here drained, and you know I'll be waiting for the fucking time to come down. So that won't be fair on you guys. I'd rather do it when I'm fucking alert. I don't feel shattered. And we'll do it. So the new Classic NuWhoZone will be back next week, and it's enlightenment. So myself, Queen Charlotte, it's normally PD Rich as well, and Real Super Doctor, who's in the chat if he's available, and John Jack Rabbit is in the chat. But yeah, actually, before you go, thanks Jack for reminding me. I was going to leave this till Wednesday actually, when we did everybody else's reviews. So this is what Jack said about the special. He says, just to let you know, I watched World Blue Yonder. I have to say it was bad. Boring all CGI, boring monsters, and worst of all, it reinforces the timeless child. The doctor isn't from Gallifrey, doesn't know where he's from. This is openly stated, but the worst part of it was I actually thought Tennant and Tate were good in places. Parts actually reminded me of 2008, and that only sticks the knife in even more. And there are more pronouns. Just warning you, I hate this. It really hurts me. Well, oh yeah, and then he says, I forgot to add, so the doctor is attracted to Sir Isaac Newton. I know, I did mention that, but what I did say is, I mean, I watched it. I don't think the CGI was bad. Maybe that's just me, but I don't think it's as bad as people made it out to be. But that might be just me. But I have seen awful CGI. I didn't think the CGI was awful. The robot, I mean, wasted the robot. I have said that. And these copies of the Doctor and Donna, I actually thought was quite clever. But someone did mention in the chat what would have made this more impactful is maybe if you had some of the old doctors or maybe some of the old companions come back and hunt the Doctor. But then there'd be no reason for Donna to be in the episode. So I could see why they went with Doctor and Donna. But I do agree with you on the Catherine Tate, David Tennant moments. I actually thought that they were stronger performances this week. But I do think that they were the best scenes, absolutely. But I will say that I didn't mind the CGI, but the big giant hands and stuff like that. I mean, that was silly and stupid. I will say that, but I didn't think the CGI was as bad as people out there think like. Do you know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I didn't think it was that bad. The thing that I didn't like about this was I thought, it's 54 minutes. You could have got all this done in 45 minutes and up the pace a little bit. You had to up the pace a little bit. You get rid of the wokey stuff, right? And you up the pace a little bit and you shave 10, 15 minutes off this. You've got an actual very good episode here. But because it's dragged out, so yeah, for me, I didn't think it was bad, but that's just me. Hey, no, blimey, it's cold. It bloody is. Yeah, that part. Well, no, it wasn't blurry there. Maybe it's just where people were watching it because I watched it here and it wasn't blurry at all. So I don't know, but the head coming out of the ass or his head going underneath to make it look like the head's coming out of the ass. We know why RTD is doing that, right? I'm not blind to that, but I didn't think the CGI was bad. That's just me. Or maybe it's just the copy I'm watching. But the copy I'm watching, the CGI looked perfect to me. I had no issue with the CGI. The only thing for me is that it was just too fucking slow. And you waste a robot. I mean, I like robots. Do you remember the robot in season 10 with Bill Potts and the Doctor? Right? Do you remember the little robots? Right? I love fucking robots in Doctor Who, right? Whether they're cute robots or killer fucking robots, right? I love robots, right? But you bring in a cute looking robot like that and you don't get him to eat what? I get it though, because the countdown was slow because they needed blah 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 blah. I get it all, but Jesus Christ, man, speed it up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, look. Yeah, he did make it. I said that as well. That you can't make the Doctor gay, right? Because you feel like it, right? The Doctor ain't gay. Doctor is asexual, right? The Doctor's not lesbian. Doctor's not bisexual, right? The Doctor's not trans. The Doctor's not a woman, right? Bottom line, doctor is a male, asexual, had a granddaughter, he had a wife, had kids, those kids had kids, hence the granddaughter. Shut the fuck up. You ain't going to change the character of the doctor. And as I said to these fans out there that say, I'm only a fan. This is what I'll say to you. You ain't the fans, right? You're only watching this show because RTD and Chris Chibnall pander to you. As soon as someone comes in and stops pandering to you, you will be gone because you ain't Doctor Who fans. The game is up. Then you will walk and go somewhere else and pretend to be fans of a different franchise and then expect that show to change to your whim, right? So Isaac Newton was not half Indian, half British, right? English, right? Wasn't. And if you have a problem with people saying that, then you're the racist. See, this is what I'm seeing from RTD is a lot of projection. RTD must have been a horrible human being growing up because this is projection here, right? Isaac Newton is white, and if that offends you, go and fuck yourself. It's as simple as that, right? Could you imagine if someone made Rosa Parks white, or made Malcolm X white, or Martin Luther King white, or Nelson Mandela white? All of these famous historical figures. Imagine if we did the opposite, right, to what they do. Imagine if we flipped it, right? Well, I want the white Malcolm X. I want white bloody Nelson Mandela, right? You'd have Mr. TARDIS and all of these other people. Oh, you're all a bunch of racists. So why aren't you racist then? Right? If we go by all user logic, then why isn't it racist what you agree with? See, it's all right, isn't it? Because the white man did bad things back in the day, so everybody has to suffer because the white man was evil back in the day. Right? No, bull fucking shit. We did nothing to fucking black people, right? Nothing to them, right? So don't be fucking pandering because you want to get wokey diverse points. And then you have all these little muppets. Oh, he's going to queer up Doctor Who. Yeah, exactly. And it's the only reason why you're watching. Because you wouldn't watch otherwise. Right? And that's the point. And that's why you will never be fans. Right? That's why you will always be the fake little muppets that we know that you are. You ain't fans. You never will be fans. Right? And then you got people like Mr. TARDIS then that'll blow smoke up his ass, say, oh, yeah, I'm with you, LGBT, Black Lives Matter, yeah, everybody's a racist, white supremacist. They just can't make a show about Madman in a blue box, right? And the only crossover that I'm interested in, right? That's the crossover I fucking want. Right? Won't happen though. Well, yeah. Fucking ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Look, he hasn't done that, and I thought this week's episode was slightly better. As I said, just in case you haven't heard me, PD, I don't know if you've just come in now, but I have cancelled Classic NuWhoZone because I don't have the energy, basically. So it's getting pushed back till next week. So yeah, just tired, man. I had a stream last night as well, and then actually I had 2 streams last night. Sorry, what am I even saying? That's what I mean. I had 2 streams last night. I did the one with Chris, and then I had the Manchester United one over on my channel, and that took a lot out of me, man. Geez, I lost the plot over there as well, man. So I'm just tired today. I'm just fucking very tired. But it wasn't bad. But what's pissing me off is he's undoing Abdonna's arc. Is RTD going through a middle? Yeah, I mean, that's the argument that we could all have here. While this wasn't as bad as the Star Beast, because the Star Beast was not the greatest, but it wasn't the worst thing that I'd watched in the last 5 years, and I just have to be honest about that. But that's the one thing that actually does annoy me about this whole situation. I get that we all gave him stick and he got criticism for doing it originally when Donna lost our memory. Now, if that's always stuck with him because he got abuse and he got stick because of that, and this is why he's doing it now, well then he's already made the error there, right? As I said, we may not have agreed with what he did with Donna, but we accepted it and moved on, and that's what we wanted from it, right? That was it. Then Jordan Spencer, then he played with it for a little for a split second, but then he still kept it that there was defense mechanisms there to protect on it, right? So why he's actually done all that is beyond me, but I think it's because of what's coming next week. And I think once you all see what happens next week and what's going to happen, then you will understand why this whole situation with Donna has happened. He did double down on the timeless child. He didn't hint that the doctor was gay. He made it. He made it as he made it. Let's be honest about it. He didn't hint, right? He said, "Is that the type of man I am now?" He said it. It's going in that direction. So let's not say he hinted, Jack. Let's say it as it is. He's going to make the doctor gay. We know where it's going, right? So there's no denying it now. There's been a couple of references with David Tennant's doctor already, right? We know where it's going. So it's not hinted. It's going to happen. Apart from that, the episode wasn't awful, just not good. See, Jack is even saying that the episode was not awful, but he doesn't think it was good. I think it had a lot of good moments in it. And that's what I'm saying. People are at different levels here. People are just, we have different tastes as well, right? Bottom line is, I didn't think this was as bad as Star Beast, but Jack rightly points out what the problems are in this story, right? And to me, it was too slow paced and needed 15 minutes maybe shaved off there, or 10 at least. And then you'd have a very good episode. That's what I'd say. You'd have a very good episode if all of that criteria was met. Yeah, well, he is. Well, look, as I said, I'll be here hopefully live. Well, I will be live next Saturday for the episode. I don't even care if Manchester United is on. I'm gone that pissed off with them now. Hold on, I just want to check and see does it clash with Arden. But even if it does, as I said, I don't really give a shit. No, we're not until Sunday. No, we're not. Sorry, I've gone 2 matches. So we play Wednesday, right? But I'll be doing my panel, so I'll have to just keep an eye on that while I'm doing my panel. Unless I start the panel an hour early and try to finish at start at 7, finish at 8, then got 15 minutes to switch over. See, I'm overstretching now. This is why I'm taking the night off. Then Saturday then is the next match, so it doesn't interfere. It doesn't interfere because that's at 3 o'clock. So I'll be okay for this Saturday, yeah. And obviously, there's no football Christmas Day for Man United. We play the next day, so I will be doing the Christmas special. Well, Ian Levine, who I don't agree with lately because of his behaviour towards Steph and other people over the unearthly child nonsense. He did actually say that he believes that RTD is maybe pissing fans off. And all I'll just say is this, right? And for any fan out there that does like all this pandering stuff, let me just make one thing clear to you, right? And it's already happening, right? And if you don't heed the warning signs now, right, then it's going to be too late. Some believe it's already too late, and I do believe now it is. The 60th anniversary was supposed to renew everything. Reinvigorate the fandom, reinvigorate the ratings, but it hasn't turned out that way. So let me give you this advice. The more you keep pushing fans like us away by saying we're not fans because we're not down with the message, the more the ratings are going to nosedive. So my advice, and this includes the media as well, by the way, and then the actor that played Isaac Newton had to come out and be me. Oh, everybody's being racist towards me. Well, you shouldn't have been put in that position in the first place, because if RTD had cast someone that actually looked like Sir Isaac Newton, then you wouldn't have been put in that position in the first place. Okay? So let's not beat around the fucking bush here. Okay, then you come out with some fucking, oh, look at all the right wingers, Simon Pegg as well, coming out with his, Nicholas Pegg, coming out with his absolute nonsense as well. Oh, look at the far right wing, blah. It's always that, isn't it? How about you stick to what historical characters are and the skin colour they fucking are, instead of fucking pandering to fucking people because you want to fucking tick boxes? How about that? Right? Absolutely ridiculous. I tell you, if there's any, I would love someone to do a fuck it. I would just to see them fucking flip the lid. I'd love someone to fucking take a black historical figure and fucking race swap them white. And I fucking want to see the meltdown. I want to see it, and I'll sit back and I'll laugh at you fucking hypocrites. Because it's alright to go one way, but it's never alright to go the other way. Shut the fuck up. I don't even defend this, right? And if you are defending it, you're a plonker, right? That's what you are. You're a plonker. You cannot defend this. This is pandering 101, 100 fucking percent, right? There's no other way around it. It's fucking so obvious now at this stage. It's unbelievable. Do you know what? I never thought I'd say this, but RTD has been progressive with his casting before, but you know what the difference was, and this is the excuse. I love theatres. Oh, but Doctor Who was progressive in 2005, and then they give you examples of Captain Jack and all of these other characters, right? And this is my response to you Muppets. Captain Jack was well developed. He was a likable fucking character as well. Yes, there was a bit of mystery around him when he first popped onto the screens, but he was a lovable character. Right? And it wasn't just about the fact that he was a fucking 54th century man and fucked everything on sight. Right? Captain Jack was more than who he fucked and who he screwed and who he identified as. Right? That's the difference. Jenny and Vastra, same fucking thing there. Right? The characters were fucking developed. Right? They had a whole fucking backstory. Right? But again, you know, you bring in a half white, half Indian bloke to play Sir Isaac Newton, and he's sitting under a fucking tree, has a couple of lines of dialogue, sits under a fucking tree, the TARDIS crashes on the fucking tree. Well, the apple falls first, then the TARDIS crashes on top of the fucking tree, the apples come down, and then you make Sir Isaac Newton look like a shithead. The guy that's being given credit, that gets credit for this whole gravity, right, he is mock, and you don't even portray him historically accurate because you want to tick boxes, and that's all it is. And all of these gobshites, you know, that do their little hit pieces and all, and come out and say, "Oh, white supremacist, racist." No, it's not. Right? Listen, historical figures. Right? It's already bad enough that you want to change the Doctor and all of this, right? To fucking gay or whatever the fuck. Right? The lesbian or bisexual when Whittaker was the Doctor or whatever fucking nonsense you try to fucking, you know, push, right? The bottom line is, right, if you're not going to respect historical figures, and that's what you're going to keep doing, well, then the audience are going to fucking quit, right? It's as simple as that. It's bad enough, as I said, that you do it to other characters that are established in the show's canon, right? But then when you bring in guest historical figures like that, when you bring in historical figures and you start changing their race or changing their gender, right, then you've lost, right? And it's Mavity now, it's not gravity. Wasn't it Mavity or something? because he said the word wrong. That's what I mean. They made Sir Isaac Newton an absolute dope. He couldn't remember the word gravity, so he thought it was mavity or something. So that's what it is now. It's mavity. Fucking stupidity, like. Right? So this is why you're bleeding viewers, because viewers can see through all of this fucking laziness, and that's what it fucking is. As I said, if you want if you want a show full of LGBTQ plus characters, right? People of color, fucking non-white, because she's all seem to hate white people. Well, then go and make a sci-fi show like that panders to all you little idiots, right? And we keep Doctor Who the way we want it, right? 60-year-old franchise is being flushed down the toilet for identity politics and gender politics. And people then have a fucking cheek to say, oh, you're not a real fan. You're not a real fan. You never will be a real fan. And the thing about it is, when you go, as we said, we'll always be the ones that will pick up the pieces. Not yous. Yous will move on to the next franchise like Locust. I say, oh, I don't like it that character is straight. Let's buy the character. Oh, this alien has pronouns now. Ooh. Seriously. As I said, this isn't Doctor Who. This is Gender Who, but I'll add another one. Gender Diversity Who. Featuring Tiddlywinks. Tiddlywinks, 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 tiddlywinks. Like that Radio 5 presenter, if you don't want to work with 100% white people, then go work in a country nearer to the equator. Yeah, he was saying that his workplace was too white, even though an article showed that they've increased the diversity within. See, they're never happy. See, they'll never be happy until they see people of the same colour skin as them in the bill. See, this is racism against us, but we're not allowed to say that because we're white people, because we got privilege, apparently. White privilege, male privilege. It's always privilege. We seem to be more privileged than them. Even though I lived in a tiny little flat growing up with my ma and dad and like 5 other fucking kids in a 2-bedroom, but I was privileged. I had a privileged life, right? My mother and father could hardly afford school uniforms for us, that sometimes we had to get hand-me-downs, but I lived a privileged life, right? I lived in a tough working class area, right? Flats falling apart, but apparently I had a privileged life. Because apparently you have a certain skin color. This is what they've been trying to tell people, right? But it's not the truth, right? Not in modern society. We were going places. It was more equal, right? It was more equal 5, 6, 7, maybe 8, 9, 10 years ago, right? Than it is now, right? 10 years ago, it was more equal for people, all of us, than it is now. Think about that. You've got people out there saying, oh, all white babies, and we've seen the comments. So don't even go there with me. This is racism 101, right? And you know what the funny thing about it is? It's white liberals, brainwashed lefty twats that are actually, facilitating in our downfall. Like, and they'll never get it. And they'll gladly do it because they want to be seen to be great. See, what the problem is with most of these people is most of these people were obviously a bunch of little bigots growing up, or treated people with disabilities and people with people of color as they use. They treated them all badly. You see, it's them that have the issue. It's them that are the racists and the bigots and all of these other things that they call us. And it's all projection then, projected onto us then. Oh no, but it's the far right, it's the right wing, it's the radical. The radical. Here's the thing. I said something on Twitter X 2 weeks ago, but I have said it plenty of times over the years. But when I said it this time, I got a bit more traction. But it's the truth. The radical left say there's a far right because, as they always do, it's all smoke and mirrors with them. The bottom line is, and the truth and the reality of the situation is, if you go and analyze the radical left, their policies, what they believe in, right? And then you go and look at actual proper right wing fucking same thing. They're in line with each other. The radical left are actually the right wing people that they bang on about. It's just they've just like everything else. It's like everything else. They flip it. Oh no, that's left. No, left. That's what it is. The radical left are the right. We're not the ones that want children mutilated. We're not the ones that want their kids to be taught all sorts of things that happen in adults' bedrooms. We're not the ones that want, are coming out and saying that everybody is racist and all of this. Right? As I always say, let bygones be bygones, live your fucking best life, but just leave me out of it. Don't force your fucking opinions and your morals and your ideology on me, because I have me on as an individual, right? But that's what happens in society. So that's when people will fucking stand up and they'll go against it. And this is why you have a pushback on all of this nonsense. And there'll continue to be a pushback until you get the fucking message loud and fucking clear. And the message loud and fucking clear is, if you're going to bring in people with disabilities, if you're going to bring in LGBTQ plus people, right, well then you better do it fucking properly. You better develop those characters properly, and not just bring them in as window fucking shopping, right, to tick fucking boxes, right? Why was there an half white, Sir Isaac Newton? What was the point of it? What was the point? There was no point, right? You did it for brownie points, right? Gives them a couple of lines of dialogue, and that's it. That's it, right? So, I mean, again, it's fucking lazy. You're disrespecting people when you do it this way. And do you know what's startling is that RTD actually fucking criticised Disney for doing the exact same fucking thing that he's doing now, right? So money really does fucking talk, because he had a different view and a different opinion, right? You can't just drop lines here and there and think that's enough, right? This is what he has said, but he's doing exactly the same thing now. So, you know what? My advice to any British writer, director, even Irish writer and director, do not go to Hollywood, right? Because if you go to Hollywood and you drink the wokeade, you will come back and you'll be fucking absolutely, your career will be ruined. You'll never have a career. It's as simple as that. You pander like these morons, right? You're never getting anywhere. This is the time for writers out there that are actually fucking talented to come fucking forward now, right? Come forward and make a TV show or put out a set of fucking movie franchise that puts them all to fucking shame, right? This is what needs to fucking happen. Someone needs to create, do you know what? Someone should rival fucking Doctor Who, come out with a fucking sci-fi show, blow it off the fucking radar, right? No woke politics, none of that bullshit, just straightforward sci-fi fucking show, and watch all of these little fuckers squirm, right? And they'd be all attracted to it like flies on shite, because they'd be at the director, oh, how come there's no people of colour? How come there's no people of colour? How come there's no trans people? How come there's no non-binary? How come he's not fucking him and she's not fucking her? What's going on? Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna switch off now, and I am going to fucking chill. But you know what probably happen? I'm gonna put on probably a Christmas movie or something. I'll see. You know what probably happen? I'll put it on, probably fall a fucking sleep or something, like I did last week. She was actually fucking amazed. I fell a fucking sleep on the sofa. She didn't want to wake me up. Like, it's like yeah. She says, I brought head down. I came back up and you were gone. I says, yeah, no, bleeding tired, wrecked. Anyway, what's the difference between waste swapping Isaac Newton and having a white actor in blackface playing Isaac Newton? That would be an explosion. I mean, look, I made the comparison. Look, you do it to Rosa Parks, you do it to fucking Malcolm X, you do it to fucking Nelson Mandela, you do it to any of these, Martin Luther King Jr. You do it to any of these black historical figures, right? And you race swap them to white, there'll be murder, right? But if you have a problem with it being the other way around and you complain about it, you're racist. Remember that. That's their logic. That's their fucking stupid logic. And this is why you will always beat them in any argument. That's how stupid their actual logic is, right? It shouldn't be right. I'll put it this way. It shouldn't be right either way, right? If a historical figure is black, it should be played by someone black. If the historical figure is white, it should be played by someone white, right? And so on for every other race that's out there. Whatever historical figure that person is, whatever country of origin, whatever the race is, that's who should play the role. An actor from that country or an actress from that. Simple as fucking that. It's not fucking hard. It's not fucking rocket science, right? It's the same with these people. Well, only gay people can play gay people. Only lesbians can play lesbians, but it's okay for a half Indian white person to play Isaac Newton, even though Isaac Newton is white. That's their logic, right? That's their logic. It's like Dumb and Dumber, Beavis and Butthead. That's the type of logic that they have, right? Stupid. Right? Same people that bang on about that. Oh, Welsh people should play Welsh people. English people should play English people. Blah, 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 blah. Even Michael Sheen, do you remember him? He was giving out about some bullshit, right? Saying that the person should play that. But yeah, it's they're hypocrites. They're hypocrites, right? And that's exactly the way it should be. If you look, this is the way I look at it, right? You pay to act, right? Back in the day, right? Because they keep bringing up Doctor Who's past to try win this argument on Sir Isaac Newton. Well, Classic Who was a different era, and at the time the industry was completely different to the way it was. It wasn't as diverse, right? The industry. This is what I'm saying. We have made huge strides. This is what I can't understand what all the bitching and moaning about is, right? Okay, nowadays we can actually get in Asian actors to play Asian actors, right? Back then, there wasn't many Asian actors working in Europe, right? So they did what they had to do, but it wasn't done because they were being racist, right? They weren't doing it because, right, this is different. This is disrespecting the historical figure for brownie points. So, anyway, as I said, didn't completely hate it. Thought it was better than the Star Beast. But, as I said, you could have shaved 10 minutes off this episode. Up the pace a little bit. Didn't think the CGI was as bad as everybody made it out to be. Maybe it's just the copy I watched, but the copy I watched, the CGI looked absolutely perfect to me. As I said, so some people mentioned midnight and stuff like that. I wouldn't say this is Midnight was a kind of a horror slash psychological thriller. I would say that this episode was more a psychological thriller rather than horror, to be quite honest, because it wasn't really scary. I wouldn't say it was scary at all, but it was a psychological thriller. But in no way does this come anywhere near Midnight anyway, or the other episodes that I mentioned, right? But this isn't the worst thing I've seen in 5 years. I mean, this was an improvement on last week. But it's still not good enough for a 60th anniversary. As I said, the context here is this is a 60th, and it's at the losing more ratings again. So Doctor Who is in trouble no matter which way you spin it. And I do believe that it all happened when RTD start opening his mouth and mounting off the people. I don't think he really understood that he needed to come back and stay silent and just concentrate on writing Doctor Who and talking about Doctor Who explicitly. But he chose to come out and to make some comments and to go against fans, right? And then when people call him out lately for his Davros Gate stuff and all, he was mocking fans, right? So he kind of has himself, no, he doesn't kind of have himself to blame. He has himself to blame for these ratings going back down. And I don't even think, I think it was the Wolf and the Storm believed that she reckoned that the last episode would probably get an uptake in viewers because people would be curious. I disagree. I think there will be in the ratings, and the ratings will reflect that. But what I want you to take into consideration is that I reckon people will tune in for the last 10 minutes rather than watch the whole fucking episode. So remember, even if you only watch for a couple of minutes, I think it's 5 minutes or something like that. I don't know the exact time. It's counted as a view. So, I don't know. It's not looking good for her. It's not looking good. And we've seen this downward trend before and it doesn't improve, right? So I don't know what's going to happen next week. But all I do know is that by the time it's finished, will there be enough fans to turn in for Shooty's first episode for Christmas? I highly doubt it, but we have to wait and see. So as I said, he kicked the hornet's nest so much as Queen Charlotte. And as I said, just in case you popped in, Queen Charlotte, I have told everybody tonight that Classic NuWhoZone is off tonight. Be back next week. Just being a bit, I'm just tired. Two strains last night and now this tonight, and all the strains that I did, it's just caught up with me. So I need a day. I need tonight to just kind of rest. And normally I don't stay on for 2 hours after this. I normally go after the episode. So we have had a bit of a chat afterwards as well. So because I didn't want to go just doing it's just a small stream. But I will be back on Wednesday with the guys anyway. Yeah, Queen Charlotte, PD Rich, and I think Real Super Doctor. And of course, if you have watched the episode and you want to be part of the panel for Wild Blue Yonder, you can come and join us for that. Just let me know in the DMs. But that has been my watch along reaction of the episode. As I said, I didn't totally hate it. I'm just being honest here. I know some of you would be expecting me to bash this left, right, and centre. Look, as I told you, I'm going to be as honest as I can be. And the bottom line is I didn't absolutely hate this. There are a couple of things that did annoy me. I've made it clear what has actually annoyed me. So I'll just repeat that on Wednesday. But and be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see if people feel the same way about me or have a completely different opinion. Of course, you've seen Chris's reaction last night, Boss, and he didn't like it. He absolutely hated it. So we do have different opinions on this channel. People will claim that this is an echo chamber. No, we actually do have people that have different opinions on this channel. And I do have a different opinion than Chris this week. And that's just it. Am I going to fall out with him over it? No. Is he going to fall out with me over it? No. Right? I understand where he's coming from. He's a bit more, he's further along being hurt than I am. You know, it's like as if I'm in the boxing ring with Mike Tyson. I've taken a beating, but I still keep coming back for more for some weird reason. This is what I mean. You can't take the Doctor Who out of me. I'm sorry, but that's just what it is. I just can't let go. And I'm finally admitting it to myself, but I can't let go. It's hard to walk away. Some people have no problem with walking away. I can't walk away. I can't walk away until I know that Doctor Who is in safe hands and until someone does it justice. I can't. So I'm here for the long run until someone does do it justice, as I said. Anyway, Teddy is coming in. Do you want to say hello to everybody, Ted? Come on, you said hello to everybody on the football stream. Do you want to say hello to everybody before we finish? Come here, because everybody's been wondering how you're getting. Come here. Oh, here we go, buddy. Oh, you're getting fat. Oh, you're getting fat. And look who it is. Look who it is. Who is that? Who is that? Say hello to everybody. Say hello to everybody. There he is. There's Teddy. Hello. Yeah. And this is the channel mascot, Teddy. He only makes a few appearances, but in the early days, he used to want to sit on my lap when I was streaming. So he featured quite heavily in the old videos, but not as much now, because you know he loves his mammy more than he loves me. So like, you know, he only comes out to me when mammy is not here. You know, he goes, well, she's left me, so you have to pay attention to me till she comes back, and then I'm just gonna run away and leave you on your second own sort of attitude. So as you can see, he's looking towards the door there. He's not really paying any attention to me. Hey, can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? Mwah. Where's your mommy? Oh, see that? Watch this. Teddy, where's your mommy? Teddy, where's the doctor? Oh, where's the doctor? Where's the doctor? Where's the doctor? Teddy, do you like Jodie Whittaker? No. Teddy, do you like RTD? Oh, that made you more angry. One more. Teddy. Hold on. Oh, where's she going? Just wait. Where's she going? Is she take? Come on. Oh, damn! I think she legged it to the shop. I wanted the. Anyway, Teddy always did have a good taste. Yeah, he's standing at the door now because he heard her go out. She's probably thrown something down into the skip or something. She probably changed the bins or something. I don't know. Anyway, we will leave it there. As I said, come and join me. Next week we got a packed schedule. Next week, so we're back Monday for the NuWhoZone. We're going to do Swordfish, as I said. Then Tuesday, stream with Christian. And then Wednesday, we have our panel. And I also have a football match over on the other channel as well. I'll have to figure it all out. But anyway, we leave it there for now. Thank you for tuning in to my reaction. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode in the comment section. Let me know if you agree with the points that I made, whether you disagree. Yeah, again, you're more than welcome to leave a comment, but we'll leave it there for now. I'll talk to you soon, folks. Have a good night. Bye-bye.